As nice as the song itself is, Adore You has one of the worst music videos I have ever seen. Where do I even begin? So first of all, the little thing in the corner? Tacky. Look. Pledis. I know that the members have pretty faces, but this is unnecessary, okay? And not to mention, the editing is so amateurish for a music video. It doesn't feel like a video that a team of professionals created, but instead a personal project that a skilled college student slapped together with friends. This probably happened because of budget constraints, but videos like Pretty You or Life Goes On are proof that there are definitely ways to create a good music video even with a low budget. If you don't have the money for a traditional music video, you need to get creative and find a solution instead of attempting a normal music video but having everything look so cheap and unprofessional. The budget really shows. And to top it all off, there is literally nothing memorable about this video at all unless you count how awful it is. There are a lot of music videos out there whose goal is to look good and nothing else. And they usually end up being generic and bland, but still ultimately pleasant enough because each of the sequences are high quality in isolation. However, that is clearly not the case here. Pledis understood the assignment this time and worked with their budget instead of fighting it, and it was a massive improvement. Although to be fair, that bar is lower than the Mariana Trench. It's minimalistic, but instead of being hindered by it, it makes it part of the style. It's very much a parody of school romance dramas and animes. Well, actually, it's more like a live-action anime than anything because the scenes are very spoofy and everything is set up in a cartoony way, and the acting from the members are also exaggerated in a way that's really common for live-action anime. All the interactions, whether it's between the members or the members with the girl, are fun and cheeky. My personal favorite has to be when they lifted the mic up when Woozi was singing. I also like how it's sporty and cute at the same time, because if it only went one way or another, it wouldn't have fit the song as well, because Mansi is both cute / sporty and cool at the same time. Everything is very loose and free. There's not much structure, but that's part of what makes it fun, and it's entertaining to see the guys goofing off. This video is the definition of wholesome. It's very untraditional since the video is just one long montage of 17 having fun and generally being cute and fluffy, and it 100% works. I don't care that it's highly idealized and not real, sometimes I just want my daily dose of happiness. The amount of fluff in this video can supply a Build-A-Bear for a year. If you don't smile when you watch the video, your soul has been taken over by Satan. The song being as sweet as cotton candy probably helped too. I really love how it's cute and wholesome without leaning into being saccharine. The only real problems I have is that I wish that they didn't have the white bars on the top and bottom of the screen, and the fact that the screen is a little hazy. It seems like there's this thin layer of fog over anything. But really though, who cares about that when watching Pretty You cures depression? This isn't exactly a plus or minus, but something funny I noticed is that this video is cute and sweet, but it consists of more pranks and roughhousing than one would expect. Insert DK getting used as a bowling ball flashbacks. Oh well, what else can you expect from SVT? Someone once said that this would be a horror video if the song itself wasn't so cute and bright. They aren't wrong, and it's partially why I like Very Nice so much. I would say that it doesn't gel with the overall theme super well. But 13 guys forcibly made to fall in love with a girl who kills them is a gold mine for coming up with spin-off stories for fanfics and stuff. And nothing can convince me that she didn't kill them, because I'm pretty sure you need a heart to survive, and last time I checked, confetti exploding out of you isn't conducive to survival. And that ending scene is pure horror material if it was black and white with a different soundtrack. There's definitely a dissonance between the fun and energetic song and how weirdly creepy the girl is. I also appreciate how Very Nice easily switches between the slower paced verses with calmer and toned down scenes and the chorus where everything is chaos and over the top with heart explosion everywhere and insane choreography that probably requires Red Bull. How they time the explosions and zoom ins to the melody is almost comedic in a way. And last but not least, the interactions between the guys and the girl is even more interesting here than in Mansi, precisely because it's cute, but there's still something off-putting since the girl is, as we established, creepy. Boom Boom is a classic heist-themed music video. But it differentiates itself by not really taking things super seriously. Even though it's a heist, the tone is still light. It has the same tone as a cheesy spy film like Johnny English. There's an understated type of humor that is present throughout the whole video, like everyone abandoning DK and Woozy's disappointment face. And I really enjoyed the choreography scenes. Boom Boom is not exactly one of 17's hardest choreographies, but the way they play with the jackets and how it goes with the beats in the song is weirdly satisfying. The one thing I'd say needs improvement is how I wish that the plan itself is just a little bit more clear. I'm still a little confused about what exactly the plan is. I know that they're trying to steal from Soonkwon, but I can't connect the dots as to how. Just a few more small scenes to flesh out the story a bit more would have been wonderful. Like Test Me by Ordinary Heroes, where a few rewatches might be necessary, but there is still a simple yet clear story. Don't Wanna Cry hooked me in the fastest out of all the music videos. The scenes of the various members in some sort of emotional turmoil got me interested immediately. They were beautifully cinematic, and I was looking forward to seeing some sort of mini drama or deeper exploration. Obviously I was sorely disappointed. It just kept showing scenes of various members looking depressed and dejected, but it never became anything more. Everything is still shot very beautifully, but towards the end, it got a little old. It felt repetitive because it's stagnant. You don't get to see more than them sulking or running, and the choreography shots also always have the same two settings. It's more like a loop than a line that's leading somewhere new. And I also really wish that some of the shots were longer. Here are times when I strongly feel like they cut too soon. Because every shot ended so soon, they didn't have the opportunity to expand and let them grow organically instead of cutting them so we can jump to a different member. In terms of the sets, I really appreciate how they used more natural settings and had minimal CGI if at all, because when it comes to a song like Don't Wanna Cry, natural seems to fit better. There are three major things in Clap that makes it work as well as it does. The first thing is how it continues 17's tradition of harnessing pure unbridled chaos energy. It's a blast just seeing this massive amount of energy being unleashed. The second is video editing, both the theme and the actual video editing. The video editing theme created opportunities for a lot of interesting and unique visual designs. It also opened the door for a lot of creativity for scenes. The actual video editing for this music video is also top notch. The third thing is how it knows how to use details to make things interesting. For example, whenever they show a sequence of objects with a monochrome background, it's a reference to their previous songs and videos. The tape on Wonwoo's short says "Drink beer, save water," and the part when Hoshi rejects the video, the vocal team submits and accepts the performance team, and he when gets attacked by plastic balls. Because he was a supervisor will never not be funny. I think that the best way to describe this music video is controlled chaos. There are some really wild things going on, like the confetti everywhere at the end, but there's still a sense of control and structure to everything. Thanks is raw and personal. I know that the scenes we see are scripted and are filmed on sets, aka we aren't looking at real behind the scenes footage. But it still feels real, like those scenes where they show the members in a recording studio. If I didn't know that it was part of a music video and someone told me that it's a video of a real recording session, I'd believe them. There's a real sense of vulnerability and lack of a filter. Because of this, it immediately makes you care more and connect with it on a deeper level than is even possible than a large majority of music videos. You can see and feel the struggle and melancholy, but in a more subtle and down-to-earth way. Real life isn't dramatically over the top like Wonpul in Right Through Me, but it is long, exhausting, and difficult sometimes, and this video nailed it. And I love how the sequence of events follows the process that they would follow for creating music. You start with them brainstorming and writing, and then it's production and recording, and then the long hours of practice, and then it's finally time to get hair and makeup done for a performance. The only real complaint is that there was a large chunk at the end where it only shows the choreography. They could have shown them on stage looking out to the crowd or something else related to the rest of the video. Somewhere they made a cotton company very happy. Now, even though I love the song, the video itself is honestly kind of boring. Now, first of all, I think that this might be the most laid back and casual of all SVT's music videos. And there are ways to make casual music videos interesting. Don't wanna cry utilized vulnerability and emotions. Life Goes On has the friends just being friends thing I'm always a sucker for. So has a primary focus, getting her to fall in love again, to pay attention to. Oh my doesn't have anything extra to make it interesting. So when you're both laid back and relaxed but don't have anything else to support it, it's going to be plain. To its credit though, it uses various effects and tricks really well to make a dreamy and comfy atmosphere. It is indeed charming and fluffy. However, that doesn't stop me from mentally checking out towards the end, and I really don't think that the tropical island sets fits the vibe of the song. Also, I really do enjoy the choreography for this song, but the camera is always so shaky and unfocused during those parts. And just one last question. What did pillows ever do to you guys? They don't deserve this abuse. Home is full of ups and downs. There are some awesome sequences. Highlights include the match cuts in the beginning and when the wall began to move towards the camera. But it's mixed in with the most basic and most boring shots that you can find in every music video. Not bad, but basic. And for a video that's supposed to be comforting and warm, a fair amount of the video is cold. If you look at some of the shots on mute, it really doesn't fit the intimate feel the music and lyrics are supposed to evoke. To be completely fair, even though it's nothing special most of the time, the shots in the house still have a cozy feeling you get from home. The pastel colors and blockness that is reminiscent of dollhouses are really good at generating warm fuzzies. And I do think that the sheer amount of variation they got out of the gym set is pretty impressive. This type of minimalism is something that earlier 17 music videos did a lot. On a semi-related note, is it just me or does 17 have a thing for basketball?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is one of the coolest music videos ever. Every shot is optimized for maximum coolness. 17 has no right to look this cool just standing there. The entire vibe of the song is that this is 17's victory song. They just finished their boss fight. The climax just ended and they can finally bask in the victory. There are very few music videos that make me go dang the whole time. It is unreal how much concentrated awesome they stuffed in here. This music video makes excellent use of lighting. It's dynamic, cinches with the music in creative and cool ways, and is used for a couple of cool transitions. I sort of have a thing for backlighting and silhouettes, and they have a very generous amount of those. Hit is as hyperactive as a toddler that just had sugar injected into their veins. It doesn't give you room to breathe. You are jumping from action shot to action shot with almost no breaks or a slow moment in between. On one hand, it's great since it means that you won't get bored, but on the other hand, it can be a little overwhelming and exhausting. But if I'm going to be honest, I do think that the overall energy is a point in its favor. Not liking the song honestly hindered my ability to enjoy the music video on the first viewing, but I eventually managed to get over that on the second and third viewing. Now, honestly, I can say that this shares a lot of properties with Hit. They both are amazing at using lighting but also draw people in by virtue of the scenes themselves made to be fascinating and cool. Almost every single shot there is something about it that would make someone go, huh. Interesting, like things being horizontal instead of vertical, Jianhan looking like Joker, DK in the mask. So many scenes have mechanics specifically designed to make you want more. And the fact that they are hotter than Venus here may or may not have something to do with why I like this video. The only real iffy thing is this set with the pipes. It kind of ruins the whole sleek and elegant thing by being industrial and unrefined. Seriously, what is that? And this one isn't a complaint but a suggestion. Maybe stick to full screen instead of widescreen. I think that almost the scenes in widescreen mode would look better if they didn't crop the top and bottom. Left and right has, let's just say, personality. It is so campy, but I mean it in a good way. The best way to describe the energy of this video is probably stupid high school guys energy, but it comes off as charming and quirky unlike actual stupid high school guys. There are several things in this video where you kind of have to just go with it. Start dancing during a track race? Just go with it. The members tossing Hoshi so high he starts floating? Just go with it. Car as a rocket ship? Just go with it. There's a lot of silliness and general randomness going on is what I'm trying to say. But along with the campiness and laid-back feeling of the music video, there's still so much meaning packed in. Even though the music video is silly, it still portrays a thoughtful and mature message, which is that while you shouldn't be a lazy bum and sit on the couch until you become a potato, it's okay to slow down. You don't need to push yourself so hard you burn out, and also to be authentic instead of only following what you're told. They literally spell it out for you when they respond to a message saying do your best by writing, but maybe not sometimes. Home Run is a masterpiece. The greatest strength of Home Run is just that there's never a boring moment. It's quick, snappy, and exciting from start to finish. There's never a point in time where you're going to be like, okay, this is getting stale. The genius about this video is how it can capture attention using the diamond gimmick. Throughout the entire video, you follow the 17 members as they attempt to secure the diamond that popped out of a baseball for some inexplicable reason and keep everyone else from stealing it from them. It's something to fix your attention on and keeps you on your feet. It builds anticipation and suspense. You want to know what happens next. The mindset that this video puts you in is the same as when you're watching a mystery movie or when you know that something important is about to happen in a book. This is partially thanks to the diamond gimmick I already mentioned, and also the excellent way they build tension. For example, in scenes like this, and also I really do like the retro aesthetics for this. A lot of groups have done the retro theme, and I do mean a lot, but I think that this is my favorite use of it, except for Lionheart from SNSD. Ready to Love went in a really unique direction compared to lots of music videos. You'd think that a song like this would be more emo and cool, but instead, there's an abundance of pastel in the video. Most of the color palette is pastel, but a lot of the things are also very faded and out of repair. It wants to walk the line between cool and cute, and for the most part, it does pretty well. The desaturated colors probably helps. Having the lyrics be written out the sets is one of the more interesting decisions they made for a music video. Yeah, it can come off as a little lazy and on the nose, but honestly I like it. It's a signature. The majority of the video is perfectly fine, but nothing comes close to the moment with the two phone booths labeled friend and lover. And I'm really sorry, but that last part with the sprinklers? I know that it's supposed to be seen as climactic, but due to the fact that you can literally see the sprinklers and how rain for dramatic effect has been ruined for me courtesy of Alex Myers.
So anyway, Tessa runs away in the rain because
rain makes everything more dramatic.
It has now become ironically funny instead of climactic. Overall, it's not the most interesting 17 music video out there. The tone slightly clashes with the music and it's eye candy and not much more, but that candy is still tasty. I'm sorry to say this, but Rock With You is probably the most forgettable of 17's music videos. I really loved the scrapbook transitions though, and was sad when I realized that they only used it in the first half. It was so cool, but they abandoned that for no good reason. I will also admit that the part when the last chorus hits is actually pretty awesome. They take all the previous segments they've shown already and make it cooler. To illustrate what I mean, instead of June posing by a bike, he's now riding it and that ring of fire around Mingyu. But these things don't change the fact that it doesn't really have a unique identity. One other thing I would change is to not cut as much. Check the video. I don't think that there's a shot that lasts more than 4 seconds, and there is always so much movement in those shots. A steady camera does not exist to the director apparently. Sometimes lots of cuts work like in Hit, but that's because Hit is a fast and frantic song, but when it's calmer like Rock With You, it becomes too busy and a bit too much. It's going at 80 miles an hour when 60 would have been perfectly fine. And it's also super random. One moment you're watching June on a bike and the next you're watching Woozi adjusting his telescope. There is no consistency. I only need 2 words to describe Hot. Mad Max. Same aesthetic with the car's grittiness, the desert and everything. The only difference here is that no one has metal on their face here. And as much as it pains me to give credit to anything related to Hot because me not having the highest opinion of the song is a gigantic understatement, the music video is admittedly very well done. All the members are so cool here and actually pull off the edgy look that groups like early BTS strived for and failed. The best parts are Jianghan and his mechanical wings and every single frame where Minghao is the main focus. And it probably also has the best transitions from scene to scene out of all SVT's music videos. There are several moments when they put in the effort to make the transitions be more than just a simple cut and made it into something eye-catching. And the scenes themselves also show the members at their best. The scene composition, styling, editing, CGI, everything is doing their best to make each sequence as cool and adrenaline-fueled as possible. And I also really like the glitchy comic book stuff that appeared occasionally. Watching World is like eating a chill pill. It is probably the most zen out of all 17's music videos for title tracks. It has a walking around the neighborhood on a sunny day kind of feeling. They don't put in lots of cuts and just let the camera do its thing and follow the members just walking and chilling. Okay, so my main point is, if there's a 17 title track to just vibe with, it's this one. It really says something about the type of energy 17 has when their calmest MV has exploding street lamp fireworks. Speaking of which, there's this day-night dichotomy going on and it works where the clothes and lighting are different and there are light bulb fireworks but the place is the same. It gives different flavors but still connected. I love both the laid-back fun vibe of the daytime scenes and the more Vegas-like night scenes. And this is one of those music videos where it is fun to look at and catch the background details. Ultimately, it's a good time for both nightlife people and normal human beings, but it doesn't really leave much of an impact. There's not really a hook here, but it's still perfectly enjoyable and well made. As someone who does not like the song, the music video itself is pretty good. The whole video is just choreography shots, but it actually works because 17 is a group filled with good performers. This would not be as good with a majority of other groups, and also the styling was so on point. Emo makeup and black traditional clothing. Something about it hits right. The part where it zooms out and shows you the scale of just how gigantic the set is and how many people there are is pretty cool. It's like you're watching them leading a battalion. And it's also when they start using the pyrotechnics. It's just so cool, which seems to be the running theme of this music video. To compensate for being kneecapped in the beginning by only having choreography shots and only having one singular set, they really make it up by making this the coolest and sickest it can be within the boundaries. But even with all this said, they should have just gone with FML as their title track. It is superior both in the music and music video department. Look, super is decent, a good meal, but let me tell you something, the video for FML served up some Michelin star quality food. There's also a huge difference between the members who stand out and outshines everyone else. It is so obvious that this is Minghao, Woozi, Minghao, and SQ Sira. Everyone else was just forgotten.